Hey, how's it going? It's your brother Jared here. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about ways you can cope with loneliness. Someone asked in the comments that I make this video, so here I'm making it. So ways to cope with loneliness. I get that when you're alone, you can't really think, or when you're alone, you're just consumed by the fact that you're lonely. There are some root causes of loneliness, like for example PMO addiction, or these others such as, for me, autism. That can contribute to loneliness. There's some symptoms of autism which makes it hard for me to communicate with people and always feel lonely. But when you're hooked on PMO and stuff, it can be a whole lot worse because you're in your room jerking off, you see. You look at all these women on the internet who don't even know you exist, or you've never even met, and every time you orgasm, you feel guilty and stuff. And usually after that relapse orgasm stuff, you usually feel guilty, shame, and you also feel lonely. Doing that is going to make you feel more lonely. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about ways you can cope with loneliness for those who are autistic or are socially shy and stuff. Or this could be for some who hooked on PMO addiction, like me as well. But there's ways you can cope with loneliness, but I don't like to use the word cope. Mostly just find things to do which will take your mind off loneliness. You could, if you're at home right now, you could invest time in some tasks around at your home. Like, for example, you could tidy your room, or take your rubbish out and stuff, make your bed. If you're lonely, you can still do stuff to make you feel better. Like, once you tidy your room, you feel great, and you'll be like, oh, I like this clean room, I should keep this tidy more often. Or if you're alone, you could go, lots of young people don't do this, but you could go mow lawns and stuff. Like, even if no one else does it, just do it for the sake of Nofap. Like, you either give yourself an ultimatum, like, let's say you're gonna feel like you're gonna relapse. Tell yourself, I'm either gonna mow lawns or be in bed relapsing. And we all know what you're gonna choose. You just mow lawns. Like, it's fun mowing lawns. Like, you can get out the house stuff. Yeah. Catch up on your washing, fold your clothes, put them away. Yeah. All sorts of tasks around the house. Now, if you have social anxiety and don't hang out with people much, what you could do, and this is what I normally do, is you could get out of the house, go for a walk, or if you have a license like me, you could go for a drive somewhere. I like to go for a drive to beaches, walk along the sand, stuff, watch the waves, all the waves out in the ocean. I find that relaxes me. Or if you have a bike, go take it for a ride. I take mine into town and stuff and ride it around town. I find that quite fun. Yeah, you could sign up for gym. Like, if you feel like you're alone all the time, you could sign up for gym. At first, don't worry about the people. Just worry about you first. Like, get yourself familiar with all the equipment and stuff if you've never worked out. Even not, a few years ago, I'd never been to the gym and I was like, what is all this stuff? Like, I tried it. I had no help because I was socially awkward and stuff. Like, I had no help. But I figured it out. And then when I went to the gym more, I found my confidence grew, and that's when I started associating myself with people more. And now I sometimes, if I'm doing something and let's say I'm doing the workout wrong, someone might say, sometimes if I ask for tips, he'll tell me to do it, or sometimes there's this guy who can see I'm doing it wrong, so he'll come up and say, bro, do it like this, not pull it down, like blah blah blah. Yeah. Another way you could deal with loneliness is, and this thing is for those on Nofap especially. I don't know if there might be some of you who are watching this video who probably never heard of Nofap, but you can participate in this too if you always feel alone and stuff. Like, what I've been doing is trying to get out of my comfort zone more. Like, I don't talk to people much, but I'll try and go out and be around other people. Like, for example, the gym. Like, I find the gym a perfect place to be around people, mingle. I never used to be like it, but yeah. But for you guys, what you could do is try and go out more, like walks and stuff. You probably won't interact with people, but there is that chance, and you'll get even more chance if you sign up for the gym and stuff. But associate yourself with more people, and that might help your loneliness. And I feel like me with ADHD, I have ADHD as well, autism. I find social interactions great, but with my ADHD side, I have this attention span, so I may be having like a real good time and stuff, but when my ADHD kicks in, I'm like, oh, I'm enjoying this. I want to keep having social interactions. Like, even if it's just even if it is like a real good interaction, I'm proud of myself. I want more of that because the way my brain works, it craves lots and lots of attention stuff. Yeah, I'm learning to deal with that. Like, my brain does that. I just find stuff to do, like focus on me, like go to the gym and stuff. Associate yourself with people, even if I don't interact. Like, yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, there's like all the stuff you can do. Like, think of it like this, like, instead of like saying like I need to cope with loneliness, instead of saying that, you should actually go out and do stuff like put in some effort. Even if you struggle, go and do those things, like make all those changes. It's the only way you'll really cope with loneliness. Like we are humans. We're not designed to be alone. We're actually supposed to have connection, like not be alone. And yeah. And for those who are alone, I get you guys struggle, because sometimes I struggle too. Like, there's nothing wrong with being alone. You can always talk about. It's okay to talk about it and stuff. Like, I've learned that rather than just keep going on about it, we gotta actually do something about it. Like, when I started Nofap, I was like, oh, I'm always alone and stuff. But what I learned on Nofap, and I'm sure others have learned who are also doing Nofap, is you're alone, right? But are you even trying to make change? Like, what are the reasons you're alone? Is it because you've been addicted to PMO? Is it because of other issues like ADHD, autism? Are they reasons you're alone? Like, find reasons you're alone and why. Or there are other times where you want to be alone. That's okay, but when you feel alone, like, for example, sometimes you have to be alone for certain situations, but when you don't need to be alone, try and do stuff. Yeah. Key to breaking this loneliness is just getting out of your comfort zone. That's the biggest steps. Don't try and make excuses and stuff. Like, let's say you've just relapsed and stuff. Like, when you've relapsed, you always want to be alone, eh? But what you should do is, for those who relapse, like, I'm not saying you should go relapse, but those who are watching this and let's say you've just relapsed, what you should do is, yeah, take a cold shower and stuff. That's another thing. When we feel alone and feel nervous and stuff, we'll want to just stay and sit there all depressed and stuff. But really, other things you do when you're alone, like you take cold showers, because if you take a cold shower, it'll kind of toughen you up in here, like in your chest, and you'll be like, okay, I'm gonna work on myself. I'm gonna go out and interact with people, that kind of stuff. There are different ways you can cope with being loneliness. Like, if you want to be alone, that's fine. But those who are alone and want to interact with people, you should actually put in some real effort, because there's like no real way to cope with loneliness, and that's all I've really got to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. Peace.